Hey there everybody, and welcome back to Black Arrow Gaming. I'm Bob, back for more Age of Wonders 4, hopefully wrapping up this series with Genghis Khan and my Mongols, my totally historically accurate Mongols in this episode. We're probably going to try to siege Cataclysm after crossing over the river here with Genghis and his armies. Although they are pretty beat up, I might actually let them chill out here for a little while, just to get some of their health back. So we'll, but that's one thing I'll be working on. And then, of course, we've got the siege of Nicaret's capital up here, hopefully knocking her out of the game as well. Just a couple quick notes for this one from you guys, really just from Rep Marut this week. Couple little things. Just a reminder that if you want to switch a hero's item, you can compare it to whatever one you're holding, like this staff here, by holding down Alt and get a side-by-side view. I kind of tend to forget. There's a lot of little UI things in this game that I always forget are a thing, just because I don't use them often enough, so I don't drill them into my head. But yeah, it's a very easy way to do a back-and-forth comparison between two items. You just gotta hold, in my case, it's left Alt. I don't know if right Alt does the same thing. And then the only other thing is also from Marut. If I want to speed this up a bit, I have, let's see, we've got 4 turns until Breach, doing 14 damage per turn. If I wanted to speed this up a little bit, I could take different, what's it called? I think Headlong Assault, yeah, right here. In which case my units would take 20 damage and suffer exhausted at the start of combat when sieging the city. I could basically get this in 3 turns instead of 2. I think this is actually probably worth doing, not because I necessarily want to just want the game to end faster, but because when you're fighting the AI, especially on Brutal AI, I know it looks like they've only got 4 units in here right now, but they're going to build units very quickly in here. And if I wait 4 turns, they'll probably have another 18, like three full stacks in there. If I do it in 3, they might have that many less units, which is overall better for me. It's going to make it harder for them to rebuild quickly. So I think actually that probably is worth doing. So we're going to take out Harassed Defenders, keep in my other stuff, and we'll do Headlong Assault. The reason that I'm getting away with this is because this I will still take the health damage, but this exhausted debuff does not apply to me. It can't be healed by using... Yeah, so that doesn't apply to me because of something I picked up in this tree here. And I don't remember what it was. Something in here. Yeah, this last one, Tireless Armies, your units gain exhausted immunity. So I don't have to worry about that. I'll still have to deal with a little bit of damage, but that's not the end of the world. I think giving them one less turn to build the replacement units in there is probably worth it. So yeah, we'll get that in 3 turns instead. And then I think that's about really all I needed to do. I've got a bunch of like random units sitting around, but I think they were mostly at the end of their turn, so I'm just gonna probably right-click through all these and not pay too much attention to it, because I was pretty sure it was right at the end of my turn. And Capital City doesn't need production. We're just gonna conduct research indefinitely. I wish I could get that to stop bothering me. Is there a way I can, like, lock that? Or do something? I could just conduct research indefinitely, but I kind of wanted it to be just infinitely conduct research like that. But, like, don't bother me. Not sure how to do that. Handle war with Rodcheck's Mining City. We will remain at war with this one because we're actively pillaging it right now. And then go to the next turn. So here we go. Their turns probably shouldn't take that long, although I was thinking kind of yesterday after I wrapped this up, you know, Nicaret is on their back legs and about ready to go down. Everyone else is dead. But Noctis, I don't know. Have I really even fought him? I may have had like 1 skirmish against him at one point. But Noctis, I don't think I've hardly touched this game. Even now, with me like right on his borders, I haven't seen any of his armies. So Noctis might actually have a pretty large force somewhere. part of me is a little worried they might interfere with the Nikareth siege. We can just do that. That's fine. Yeah. So part of me is worried they're going to show up and try to save Nikareth. I could probably prevent that by moving in with Genghis Khan's armies quickly, but Genghis Khan's armies are extremely beat up. Why does this person got no face? Song of Ages. That's terrifying. There are some art glitches in the game. I think that they just did a patch that fixed some of them, and maybe I've got leftover bugs in this game just because it was started before any of the patches since the major update came out. I probably want to take Imperium here. Yeah, my Imperium income sucks, and I want more. So, cool. Or was it because this guy was in the city and he ain't got no face? I don't know. Hello, who are you? You are in the way, is who you are. Now I have to sneeze. I just started recording and now I have to sneeze. Why? Okay. And it's gone, I think. Alright, let me move you guys into position. Actually, you were already within range. Do this. Oh no, I lost one of my corrupted souls. How will I get another? I just don't know. I want my full 18 stack of these guys because I think it's funny. Aw, you're in the way. Oh well, fix it next time. Actually, I can fit all my skeleton guys in there. Can just continue to get free XP. I don't remember where I got this fairy from, but it's a useful healer and should actually probably be at the front lines, so I'm going to move it further along. And then these are my random leftover animals. The dog that was harassing Tana Spelljammer when Tana was still around. I'll just move them over here and get them together. And then it's time to go underground. So these guys are going after one of these relic locations, or whatever these are called, that are associated with the fractured world setting. On the way, because I'm here, I may as well drop down an outpost with this guy so that I can grab that altar of devoration. And then I can head in here. And we can go after that last thing. Bring his back up in case there's any large battles we need to do, but that one will be a wonder battle. Okay, and then back to Flame Wall. Did Nikareth build anything? She got like 2 more units. So yeah, the sooner we can get the siege done, the better. If she already had a full 18 stack, I would have probably just kept harass defenders, because it wouldn't have made it really, doing it faster wouldn't have made much of a difference, but she's so weak that it just made more sense to do this. I guess the others can chill, probably. I don't know that these armies need to be... Yeah, I'll just... I don't see a need to move anybody here, so just stay where you're at, I guess. Actually, probably should get these ones that are further away up so that it just pulls in the most powerful stacks for the battle. Just make sure they're all within 3 spaces of Nikareth's forces. You know what? I'm going to stand on her sheep. Just to assert dominance. Nothing asserts dominance quite like standing on top of someone's sheep. Okay, that was the last of Rachek, I think. Those are city ruins left over from him. I can go ahead and clear those off. I don't remember if doing so takes away... you know what? I'm not even worried about it. It would just make more territory for that city down there, and they are still technically an enemy. So these guys, I think what they're going to do is go up top, and I could siege this city. Part of me wants to ignore it and run on towards this, but it's surrounded by Noctis's stuff. I think what I'll do is I'll just siege this city, because I can get here in one turn. And, let's see, I'll probably also do a fast siege on this city. This one just more for the convenience of doing it faster. Undermine walls, and yeah, we'll do headlong assault, which will make that a 3-turn siege. And it'll just be one more thing to pile on top of my ever-growing stack of resources. Okay. And then I guess I can move these other kind of random units more like here. Actually, they were all chilling in here. I guess it doesn't really matter where they go. I'll just move them up. They'll just be extra horde for this army. Okay. And just like that, all of whatever China's capital was called is gone. This is most likely building a work camp right now, I think. Yes, it's building a work camp. Which will allow me to stretch a little bit closer and get a teleporter down here. Stretch a little closer to Noctis. What I could do, in fact, what I think I will do, is move over here and put a outpost in this spot, and then expand and pillage and take over this spot. The only problem is that I'm worried if Nicoreth launches a big enough attack, this fallen angel won't survive. I really would like him to heal, but he's just taking so dang long to heal. So I think we take a forward position here. I don't think I've actually unlocked basic seafaring, so let's grab that. Hasn't really been needed on this map yet. And then I will go ahead and cross over. Yeah, I think there's no harm in crossing over here yet, and then going ahead and building an outpost. Although I want to, well, actually I have to get to that tile to do it. That's about to be hit by one of the fractured infestation things. This guy is now not healing at all, which isn't great. But this will give me a strong position to start harassing Noctis, and may draw some of his armies down here, which will hopefully make things easier for these guys by the time they're ready to continue moving up north. I would just really like to finish off these relic quests or whatever these are, but I don't know if I'll be able to. So we're just gonna have to see. Ruined province can be rebuilt. That will probably just get pillaged by wandering infestations, but I think it seems quiet enough down here that I will go ahead and do that. I mean, it's only 50 gold, so why not? Oracle sent a war party. Don't really care. They're invading my domain, and we'll probably pillage that teleporter over there, but that also doesn't really matter anymore because things with Tana are done. I don't need that teleporter over there. And then I think we are at the end of the turn. Hopefully these next few turns will go fairly quickly. Oh, and then I get Tormenting Imbuement next turn, which is going to just go on my... That's just going to go on my Corrupted Souls. Alright, Flame Wall continues to burn down pretty quickly. What was that? Nicoreth must have just... I wonder if Nicoreth just backfired a spell, and that's the little particle effect it does. Or she's summoning stuff, although I don't see anything new yet. It's actually not even Nicoreth's turn. Yeah, Noctis is still taking a minute to do his turn, so he must have a decent amount of stuff moving around. You can also get a better idea of this by looking at rankings and stuff. Okay, a few more units popped out. Forget how to look at the rankings. They're in here somewhere. Actually, how do you do that? Because I'm pretty sure there's a way to, because my brother sometimes looks at that in our multiplayer games to get a sense of how powerful everyone is, but I can never remember where that's at. Or maybe you just click on these guys directly. I don't know how to do that. It's not something I've ever paid too much attention to. Oh well. Yeah, you can't do it with the mini-map. Not with the encyclopedia. I actually thought it was one of these. Collection, city overview, armies, and rally of the lieges. Well, I'm just overlooking that wherever it is, so someone can drop that in the comments. I'm pretty sure there's a way to do that. So feel free to drop that in the comments in case anyone wants to know how to do that. Alright, sir, you can go out this way, I guess. It's my scout. Actually, you know what? I do want you, I think I want you down by where Noctis is, actually. Where's my teleporter? There it is. I've got an idea for you, but I'll need you to run. Wait, where's my teleporter? That's one of hers. I have lost my teleporter. Maybe I can see it from here. Not very easily. Anyway, I wanted to get him down to where Noctis' stuff is. Oh, mine's right there. It's right next to the other one. Okay. I wanted to get that scout down to where Noctis' stuff is, because scouts can be really useful for pillaging things. Like running out and getting spell jammers and stuff like that, because they're fast. Faster than other units on the world map. Okay, I've got all my Corrupted Soul armies. I don't really have a solid plan for them, so for now they're going to go probably hang out over here, and we'll see what happens with them. I can start upgrading them now. I could send them through the teleporter. In fact, I might do that, because I could get them down to near where Genghis' stuff is, and they could help with pillaging things in Noctis' territory. Yeah, let's do that. That sounds like fun. Here comes the undead horde. And I believe this is done now, so I can actually just drop that teleporter right there. And because I can, I'll just drop a tower there for a little extra vision range. And this is a fleeting fractured infestation. I can kill this quite quickly. I am gonna leave this army out of it, just so nothing dumb happens and I lose that fallen angel. Auto combat. Oh, this is actually... Ooh, hang on. Alright, I'm probably gonna just... Ooh, random status effect? That's actually kind of cool. I think I'm actually gonna go after this one. I didn't realize this was passable territory. But if I take this one, I can pillage Doom Depth Trench and add that. I'm one turn space. Okay, good. You can reach it. Yeah, go there. Oh, but I can't actually... Ah, dang it. I'm one movement short. I should have built roads. Crap. Can I do that if I do road building now? I could, except for these guys are blocking the tile. I have to wait another turn now because of that. I want to build an outpost here, but I can't do that until I break this. What if I sent just one guy and then did road building? Because this guy's a little slower. Could I do that? Okay, it looks like I can do that. Okay, we're gonna leave injured guy behind. Do road building, and then we can cut like this. There we go. We do auto combat. We don't need spells. They'll probably do more harm than good in a fight like this. Okay, do that. We get the Shield of Arctica. That looks neat. And then we build an outpost. There we go. And then once that's up, we can go straight into sieging Doom Depth Trench, while having an area that I can recover in. In fact, I could position armies right along this edge, while pillaging Doom Depth Trench with healthy armies, and still healing this guy. It'll all work out pretty well. Okay, and you just chill on that mountain there, I guess, for now. And we'll catch up with them later. In fact, we'll be catching up with them now because I'm sending these guys through the teleporter. If I could stop losing track of where they are. Okay, just down there. I might even, you know what, I think I have a fairy in these armies out here already. And also, this isn't the one I was thinking of. I said it was a healer. This one's not a healer. It's a spring fairy. The healer ones are the summer fairies. These ones give a pretty good budding strength buff, but they're not healers. I was thinking I had one out in these armies, but maybe not. Okay, I will continue sending you this way then, up north. Actually, you're not going to make it there in time. Alright, I'm going to reposition these skeletons down here. I'm just going to put them on guard. And I'll have these other units come down here and they'll just deal with scattered random invasions from various things. You can go there. You should be able to reach the fractured tower on the next turn. Lots of orders required. I may as well move these guys around to the other side of the city. Oh wait, but they have to stay next to it the whole time. Because that is the only hero down here. I'd rather siege from this side so they can move on to other things more quickly. It actually works out nicely because if all these units teleported to the capital, that would make fighting the capital a lot more difficult. So I'm keeping their army split up by sieging that other city. And you can stay there. Tormenting Imbuement is done. Let's go ahead and cast that. Because that'll be fun for those lost souls. I can also grab Painbringers, which is technically a Mongol unit and would actually be pretty good. So let's grab them. I'm going to go ahead and take a palisade walls first, just so nothing... I don't know if they'll run in and bother that outpost right away or not, actually. I guess we're about to find out. And this outpost got a work camp. Oh yeah, I took this over so that I could do this. And if anyone is injured, they should be on those tiles. Like you. There we go. Ruined province can be rebuilt. I guess we can fix my research post. I got another cleric's ring, which I remember this one is not for the cleric. I was just too lazy to change the name. One of my other heroes could use this. In fact, I think there's multiple heroes that would benefit from this ring. I just wanted it on the cleric first. But which one of you? I guess you, because you don't have one. Gives you wind barrier, which is good. Wind barrier is very nice to have. And Genghis is fine with the one he's got. I think we can start thinking about tier 4 weapons maybe for some of these guys. Genghis already has his tier 4 bow. You've got a tier 4. You've got a tier 4, although it's not really particularly specialized for you, but lifesteal's not bad. And gives her an extra retaliation attack, which also isn't bad. You've got a Summon Spider Monarch tier 3 staff. I could maybe give you a better staff. I might still be able to get Summon Spider Monarch on it. And then you've got a... Yep, they've all got tier 4 weapons, so they're looking pretty good in that regard. We could give this guy a Helmet of Hyper Awareness, which would increase accuracy slightly. I think maybe I was getting that for my Ritualist, because they're the only other person with a range attack. Although I do tend to like... I'll give it to the Ritualist for now. But Spellblades, I like giving them wands. So having higher accuracy on them would also not be too bad. Wands are useful on Spellblades because it lets them more easily alternate between magical and physical attacks, which is something they're kind of good at. And then as for you, I have like all these tier 4 orbs. I wonder if any of these would be good specifically against Nicoreth, who's going to have a lot of like Celestial units. I don't think there's anything that's like Celestial Slayer though. There's Elemental Slaying. Let's look at kind of what the units are in Nicoreth's army here. She's got... That's a construct. These are mythic units. I think they're... don't know what other tags they might have. Yeah, Celestial, Magic Origin. Maybe anything with Magic Origin. Slay's Magic Origin would be useful. Because if I could get her set up to where she's got like a nice item that could actually reliably kill Celestial or Magic Origin units, that would be pretty good. Elemental Slaying is specifically Elemental Slayer, not Magic Origin Slayer, or something like that. Magic Origin Slayer might be a bit too broad. I don't know if that actually even exists. Might be a little too powerful. Boon Stealing. I think that... oh, I've got multiple Grimoires here, too. I think I might just leave her with the staff, though. I think having that staff and an ability to provide status resistance has been useful, and the Summon Spider Monarch is good. I will work on a better staff for her, I think. Hopefully I can make one with Summon Spider Monarch. There we go. I don't have that as an option. I'm not sure where that would be in here. In fact, can you even get that? I'm not sure that you can create that. I think you might just have to find that one. I'm not seeing Summon Spider Monarch in here anywhere. There's the rune effects. Okay, that makes that kind of a unique staff. It's apparently not one you can create. Alright, well then I guess she'll just keep it. I will make another one of those rings. Because I'm confident that's better than some of the other rings I have. And then we'll go to the next turn, which will be Nicoreth's last, if all goes according to plan. Once my game is done saving, there we go. Noctis still kind of taking his sweet time, and I still am not seeing any of his stuff. He's very clearly one of the worst allies to have, because he just doesn't seem to care that all his friends are dying. I haven't seen him try to ride in and help anyone, not even once. Tina, on the other hand, she was like very noble about that. Aw, these fairies are gonna get picked off. I wonder if there's some cheese I can do in auto combat. I'm gonna try to do manual combat and see if there's some cheese I can do to win this. If I have any spells. If not, I'll just tell them to run away and hope they survive. In fact, I'm going to tell them to start running away now. Okay, do I have some stupid spell cheese that I can do here to mess them up? Got Heroic Stand, which can only affect a unit once per battle, so I can't cheese that. Zealous Ignition doesn't really help me. Exalted Champion might. Crimson Sovereign, I could do this and like try to wear them down on the way over. Yeah, sure, why not? I can definitely kill one of them if I cast spells. Oh, gave them a random negative status effect. That kind of works. Oh, Exalted Champion, huh? Alright, you know what? We're gonna see if a tier 3 fairy can take this. I'm going to drop another... Oh, I could only do that once. Oh, I think I'm screwed. Never mind. Fairy, we're gonna take the chance here. You're not gonna beat one of those with Exalted Champion. Nope, Fairy didn't make it. That's what I get for running a unit off by themselves. A shame too. We're just one turn away from taking Nykareth out. Speaking of which, I think it's time. Alright, I'm gonna move in. It should bring the best armies I've got for a risky battle, despite them being quite terribly outnumbered. I'm gonna go ahead and just do the auto. And I think as long as I don't lose any of the major units like the Blood Exarch or like my high rank Pyre Templar, probably go with this. Yeah, we can deal with losing the Lost Soul and the Wyvern. That's fine, because it means Nykareth is out of the game. I'm just gonna disenchant all of that. I'm sure I don't need any of that. And with that, one more down, and I'll probably be able to take more Imperium. Yep. I'm getting more Imperium from killing people now than I am from income. And we can pillage this city. I will just move everyone up and around to my guard. And looks good. Okay, plus we have our other outpost down here. I believe it is time to pillage the Doom Depth Trench. We can go after the Spelljammer next, but for now, I want to go ahead. I want to actually get the work camp up first in this city. I'm going to put you here. Why are you not healing? Why isn't he healing? He's in friendly territory, right? I have an outpost. This is my territory. Do you have to be with her for some reason? I don't know why that unit isn't healing.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a magic origin unit, and this is... Okay, hang on. I think I can fix this. Wait, maybe I can't. The only way I have of fixing that is by spreading sand. Alright, let me see if I can do that, but I don't know if I can in the underground, because this is a fractured infestation place. Now once I get this, I should be able to heal him, because that's not... It's the terrain, Astral Barrens. because this is a magic origin unit. That's why he won't heal here. Okay. I have to figure that out. I am going to first cast this, which could backfire. Well, it will backfire. And once again, reducing my Imperium income. Which is probably the worst one for it to do. And then I go here, I think. 1, 2, 3, yeah. So still in range. Let's pillage this. And move you here. So they're all kind of guarding. And then maybe I can do something in here. Isn't there one of these that heals your units instantly? No, that used to be in the order tree, but is not there anymore. That would be handy right now. And I can call the Rally of Lieges, get 2,000 gold, or gain allegiance with free cities. I don't think that there is a heal option. Maybe it's in one of the other trees now. This is kind of a nice one. All your units gain. That costs 500 though. That's all of my Imperium. It could be in the nature tree maybe. Healing. I could have sworn that was still in the game. It was just moved somewhere else, but maybe not. Yeah, I don't think it's in here. I don't think it'd be in the astral tree. Alright, well, we'll just have to figure it out. One thing I can try to do is do earth-shaped sand and go underground, see if this would work. No, target is not valid. You can't do it on underground provinces. I think that would clear it on the surface. Alright, well, let's cancel that. Yeah, we'll just have to deal with it, I guess. For a couple turns at least. Okay, maybe you should go through that teleporter and meet up with all these guys here. I'm gonna want him to go after the Spelljammer. These random extras can just chill in the capital because I don't want to deal with moving them around every turn. And then I can finally go after this fractured tower thing on this turn, which should be fun. I think I'm going to keep the Scald in there, just because it's a fairly unique unit. Might be able to fill a role, but other units can't. Who else do I want to bring? I'm probably going to swap out that Wind Warrior for a Paladin, and may try to get a... Let's see, are any of you guys faithful? I think it's just this guy's army. Although it probably doesn't. Actually, I think these are all the unfaithful units. Yeah, so it doesn't really matter who goes with who. Okay, drop those guys, or just take those guys, I should say. And then I'm gonna have one of the archers that's like legendary rank go up there. And then probably a champion, just to give this guy a nice diversified arm. Oh, he has a champion already. In that case, another paladin certainly doesn't hurt, I would say. Yeah, take a gold rank paladin, or a platinum rank paladin, whatever it is. That's going to be, I think, your new army, just because I want you to be very well guarded. Which one of you guys doesn't have an archer? You take him, and you guys take him. Okay, that works. Then we explore. High-risk battle. Bolstered status melee attackers. A fractured dragon. Okay. Well, let's give it a try. Looks like it could be kind of an ugly battle, but I've got spells. I'm sure we can muddle through. Well, here we go. I don't have to do this, but again, I'm mostly just here because I'm curious. Alright, what kind of battlefield effects are we dealing with? Unit suffers 10 physical damage at the end of turn if no combat skill was passed this turn. Grenades from Marauder Guards. Combat spells cost more mana and souls, but not more casting points. That is fine. And then I got a little bit of extra status resistance. Alright. Should be alright. What are these fractured dragons? Oh, these guys look kind of cool. Got like a black hole in their forehead. That's what I presume Kirby looks like on the inside. Alright. I'm gonna approach somewhat cautiously. What does their breath attack do? That would be a good thing to know. So these guys are all physical damage dragons then. Anti-mat, that's interesting. I was just thinking the other day about how there isn't a physical damage dragon, and now there is. Deal damage to units, magical origin units have a base 30% chance of dying instantly. Holy crap. That's scary. I don't think I have any magical origin units in this army, but that is good to know. Disrupted can disable unit enchantments. That actually doesn't hurt me at all, because I don't have unit enchantments on these guys. And then mana drained. Okay, I guess my Scald has one. Which, I'm not sure what mana drain does. Can't use magic support and debuff abilities. Okay. Well, we just need to keep them away from the Scalds. Speaking of the Scalds, let's do this. Get everyone gathered around the Scald so we can get our, yeah, we want Rally and Regeneration first. And then the other one is Strengthened in Fortune. Actually, probably we want Strengthened in Fortune first. Okay, he's got teleport so he can reposition pretty easily. I'm gonna move the archers up there. We'll see what we can do with these dragons. If we can get them to... Okay, good. That's what I kind of wanted. Just wanted one to charge in. Okay, good. That paladin can tank hits. I just need to start taking these guys out now. I can zap them and blind them. I don't know if I'll be able to actually kill any of them on this turn. They're pretty tough. Probably should look at spell options. I can do Zealous Ignition, which could set them on fire. Exalted Champion would let somebody do a lot more damage. I think, actually, I might do Exalted Champion on the Archer, which should, at this point, have Titan Slayer. Yeah, he's got Giant Slayer. I could even teleport him behind. I can't quite get a flank attack, at least not from a safe angle. But he would have a bunch of bolstered protections. Okay, I think I know what I'm gonna do. If I teleport this guy here, he could go straight after one of the dragons, possibly killing it, and then I could teleport the archer behind him and get some big damage on that. Actually, that archer doesn't even need to move. Okay, I think I've got an idea. This may not end up with a kill, but I'm gonna give Exalted Champion to this guy, so he's protected and can do a ton of damage. Okay, he suffers a random negative status effect. He got stunned? You kidding me? That's the worst thing that could happen in this situation. Frick. That is the absolute worst thing that could have possibly happened in this situation. Ah, okay. Well, at this point, just start shooting. those dragons are probably going to be all over that archer now. Actually, I could pin that archer in here with the other shield and keep them alive. Guess I should have buffed them. Oh, you know what I'll do? I can smite the other dragon. At least put some damage on it. And then I can put you here and have you just defend. And honestly, you just need to defend too, because you're about to get absolutely smoked. Actually, my hero might be about to get absolutely smoked. Don't run away. Okay, well, he's still got his bonus damage, but... Okay, I think what I'm going to do is give Exalted Champion to these guys now, and really hope that... Okay, you know what? I can just undo that by teleporting them back. Okay. And I really need them to start killing these dragons. So let's try to kill one. You can smite for decent damage. Need you to get in there and start stabbing him. I think he'll be okay, despite all these battle mages behind him. Oh, maybe not. They do more damage than I thought. Alright, I need to at least get in one of their faces. At least we got him back there. From here, I could maybe trigger Torment or something on him. No, I need to keep them protect. They need to protect the archer more than anything else. In fact, I'm going to give the archer a rally buff to try to help them do crits, because that archer's the main source of damage that I have here. I take full flank attacks, the dragon will not be able to kill me, so I'm just going to do damage to this one and get a little healing out of it at the same time. Oh boy, that hero's 100% dead. Hopefully I can still clear this. I'm not really sure what happens now that the hero's dead. I can maybe resurrect him if I have enough No, I don't have enough casting points. Oh, I do. I have just enough. Has a 100% chance of backfiring. That doesn't sound good on a unit you're trying to resurrect. Okay, for some reason Archer can't target the other dragon, so I'm gonna have it take this one. You should do your triple attack here. Finish that guy off. I need you to defense mode and heal yourself. Actually, oh frick, I should have turned them around first. That doesn't trigger defense mode. Ooh, that was just dumb. Okay. And then I need you to move up here and prevent this guy from doing anything. And then I probably need to resurrect my guy and get him back in the fight. I can only do this once. The resurrected units are healed to their maximum hit points. I'm pretty sure that's how that works anyway, but maybe it's not. I might have just gotten really lucky there. This guy's about to get smoked. Okay, well, the paladin is more expendable than the hero is, so at least there's that. I may as well do this because it'll do a little damage to an enemy unit and leaves me and my hero in defense mode. And And since the archer is no longer really protected, I'm going to go shoot him in the back and hopefully trigger a negative status effect. Nope, I just gave him regeneration. Oh, he didn't go for the big damage on this guy. He just ran behind him. Okay. Alright, I need you to go charge attack this guy. Keep pressure on all those mages. Need you to now shoot this dragon in the back who is so kindly lined up for us. I think, yeah, you've still got all your massive buffs, so let's definitely do some big damage to this guy. And you should be able to do some big damage to him too, but dang, that retaliation looks like it's gonna hurt. I might need to get my hero out of there. May go ahead and pop this. Okay, snowstorms become active. That's fine, I guess. I'm gonna go ahead and smite the dragon in the back. That'll use its retaliation. If I had everyone attack that dragon, could I take it out? That is 24 damage. You're looking at 39. And the dragon has 70. That's 43. 63. It's not quite enough to kill. Maybe if you can hit it? It'd be only 5. But if somebody crits... Critical chance of 20%, critical chance of 40% on 3 hits. That's not bad. And really all I need is just 1 crit. I think. We're gonna go for it. 8, 8, and then 11. Man, it really looks like I could kill him. But that just tiny little bit of extra health. How much does he have now? 43? 39? I'm not sure why one of those hits did more damage than the others. But, if I go here, that says 5 damage. That says 39, and he's got 43 health. So... I am pretty sure this should work. Ooh, okay, dragon dead. Those things were a menace. Alright. You are not a faithful unit, so you would get burned by those flames. None of you are, actually. Gosh, those archers are by far my best damage dealers. It's not even close. Let's go ahead and give you guys the Song of... Oh wait, no matter what you do, you're stuck in there. Okay, well, you're just gonna have to brave the fires, I'm afraid. Let's do Song of Carnage for Strengthened and Fortune, because the ones that they can reach, the guys they can reach are all already at full health. I can't quite get to that guy up there, which is unfortunate, but I can get to this one down here, so let's do that. Yeah, that's a good large hit. And then we can send these guys off this way. In fact, I can, at the very least, light this one up. Okay, I believe that's everyone. Yeah, go down here and just pin them in so they can't do anything. Hopefully your teleport's back now. Yes, it is. Okay. Go visit them. And then you finish them off. Okay. This is a good little fight there. Challenging. And then I get... you gain the Tear of the Well. Unlocks Mend... Oh, hey. That might be what I'm looking for. Oh, maybe not. Tear Fracture. Oh, I can target a province. And can maybe create more fractures. It sounds like this is more aggressive stuff. It doesn't really undo... I would think Mend Fracture would be what I would want to get rid of the Astral Barons. Oh, this is kind of like lowering the Cataclysm value. Like the status progress of the Cataclysm on a global scale. Okay. Because it lowers it by 220. Temporarily reducing the cost of a Cataclysm. Okay, so it may not actually make it go backwards. It sounds like it's temporary. Unless if you just cast it over and over and over, maybe it could slowly lower it. I'm not really sure. This isn't what I was hoping for, which is an item that makes it so my spells don't backfire. Synchronize with fractured energy at your own risk. My hero's HP drops from 1 HP to 1 HP, but I get the disrupting aura trait. I think I'll probably take that. I probably don't need any of that stuff, so sure, we'll give this guy a special trait. He deserves it. Okay, so I get, like I said, Mend Fracture, Tear Fracture. None of this really helps me, other than maybe if I cast Mend Fracture over and over, I'm wondering what that would do. There's less AI now to cast spells to undo and make the Fractured Cataclysm stuff worse. So I might just spam that, start spamming that and see what happens, just for the sake of, just for the sake of figuring it out. I don't really have any other global spells that I'm casting, so... where is Mend Fracture? There we go. Let's just see what it does. It said it can't backfire, so I don't need to worry about that. Wait, I got another hero down here? Roving Fae. Oh, he's like not my guy. He was like some other dude I found in there and rescued. Interesting. It's a Glory Seeker. You can probably get him some better stuff. Yeah, you can have that. Chest plate. Better base stats on that. Okay, yeah, sure. And you have a Wizard Skirmisher. I'll leave you with what you have. Well, I got another hero out of that, so that's interesting. We're gonna leave you in there. You go here. And I'm gonna drop you. Yeah, probably drop you. You can head back. Add you to that army, so you just inherited an army. Okay, I think everybody else is basically where they need to be. I'll probably just do that fight anyway on the next turn since we're already started that. I am going to get prompted to make peace with Nicoreth cities probably here in a second. And I can make Painbringers now, which is interesting. I might only make like 1 or 2 of them just because my mana income being what it is, which is practically non-existent. But it'd still be cool. I don't need any of these. Soul binders. That affects magic. Okay, I'll take that. Yeah, that affects the magic fighter units, and I've got a bunch of them, which are mostly the corrupted souls. I got essences. I got lots of essences on this turn. I think, yeah, there's just going to be a ton of them. Because I hit the 10 turns since I've been parked here, and the city's been harvesting them this whole time. Okay, handle ward Nicarest remaining city. That one will make peace with, I guess. I don't have a reason to really go out of my way to go after them. Sure. This one will remain at war because I'm already sieging it. Hartfield send a war party, okay. So back at my capital, if I want to. I don't know how much of a point there is to doing this at this stage of the game. Where is my capital? Here we go. The whole map is just a mess of pocketed infestations that have been destroyed. But like, I can just dump mana on all these nodes and fix them. In fact, I probably should have used the notifications to like kind of guide me through this. That would have made this a lot easier. So now I just have to pan around the map and look for stuff. Like that gold vein there. And you know, it doesn't really matter because the game's going to be over before they even have a chance to harvest again. So I'm going to ignore the rest of them. Excuse me, but yeah. I think we can just end the turn here. Definitely want to drop a quick save after all that. That was a busy turn. And I think the next turn I should be able to... No, not quite. I've got one more turn before the outpost war camp is done. Alright. But I'll pillage the Doom Death Trench in the meantime. Hey, not nice. Coming for you, Noctis. So I am curious what... Oh, okay. I think I might see what the spell does. See that number up there, Cataclysm meter at the top of that tooltip? 890 out of 2000. I'm pretty sure all this spell does that I just researched. Let's see, is it still 8? It's 880 out of 2000. Okay. I'm pretty sure this probably just makes that number go down. 70% chance of backfiring. It says it can't backfire. Okay. That just makes it go down to 660. It doesn't undo the level it's at. It just kind of can prevent future ones from happening. I think that's how that works. So I don't care as much about that. I might do Wrath of the Emperor here. Yeah, this seems like a good spell to have going into the final fight with Noctis. Having Wrath of the Emperor and Consecrated Firestorm both ready to go at the same time could make the siege of his capital pretty trivial. I do need to get rid of the Spelljammer, though, for that to work. I'm going to keep these guys parked on the Doom Depth Trench there, and these guys are going to go after the Spelljammer. You were always extra expendable guys, so we're just going to send you off on your own little trip. Bred for War doesn't help me as a race transformation. Summon Banshee, I'm not going to end up using them. Let's see what else we can get. Painbound, Agonize. Agonize can be useful. Lens of Anguish, that is one that I want. For more combat casting, we'll take that. Alright, and then let's get you guys out of here. Got a feeling that lone unit's gonna get picked up. Oh hey, look who's here. That should be easy enough fight. I might even go after that other little fractured infestation while I'm down here. Actually, I don't care. They can continue to exist. They're not really bothering me. enough for me to merit going out of the way to deal with them. Okay, and that is another enchantment I could get on my Corrupted Souls, but I do want to... You know what? Actually, it doesn't make sense to do this right now. I would rather go ahead and get an enchantment up that affects my Corrupted Souls. Because I can't cast Wrath of the Emperor next turn anyway. So I still have to pillage my way through Noctis's stuff. We will bring our scout out here. And there's the City Ruin Remainders. Okay, so what I'm going to do with my Ritualists' armies is, for now, move here and chill in the outpost for a few turns. Everybody does need a chance to patch up. But once they're patched up, I think I'm going to have her run east through Noctis's territory, but mostly ignoring his cities. And I want to go after this thing and see if I can get that before the end of the game. But they just need a little bit of patch-up time first, and then I'll just send this entire horde of units out that way. Okay. Just right-click through a lot of this crap. Palisade walls are done. Let's go ahead and build a work camp now. I might not be able to annex that because of this thing that popped up next to it, but I should be able to clear that, so I'll go ahead and build it anyway. Teleporter ruins is fine, I don't care. What do we have here? All your heroes instantly gain a rank, that's pretty good. And this one doesn't do me any good at all. That's a little pricey though. I want to hang on to my Imperium just because my income is so low, so the fact that I have 600 is valuable. In case it's needed in a pinch for something. I'm going to do Paragon of Chaos or Paragon of Order, actually. I actually really like Paragon of Order. I think it's better than Paragon of Chaos. Yeah, I would rather just have Resurgence on all the units in an army. This guy is the roving Fey guy. Yeah, I'll just give him Paragon of Order. That's fine. I just think that one's really good. Resurgence is awesome. And Lead by Example is a pretty solid ability too. Might give that to him as well. All friendly units gain temporary hit points and morale. Yeah, I'll take that. Noctis cast Prelude of Doom. Probably should have looked at what that actually does. I kind of just ignored it. Oh, we can actually attack this. I didn't realize. Okay. I will allow myself to cast spells. And easy win. That's what I like to see. Blighted Slicer of Zombies. Well, since this isn't Left 4 Dead 2, we will go ahead and scrap that. I don't anticipate running into two. Actually, Noctis might. Actually, Noctis has a lot of Shadow Affinity. I thought he'd have more Astral. Alright, well, that's fine. We'll park ourselves on this city for a turn while we raise it and then move on. So many infestations. Ah. Okay. Quick save, then on to next turn. I want to try to power through the rest of this because I want to wrap this game up on this episode so that I can start thinking about the next one. Still got an idea of what I want to do, but I want to kind of test run a little bit to see how it works. I want to try to make sure the next one is an interesting series. Maybe something slightly different than what I traditionally do for my challenges. This is fine. There we go. There's just so many little things getting thrown at me. Okay, I can probably attack them. Should be fine. I will allow spells in this one. There we go. Hardy armor. Guess we'll take it. Doesn't really matter. I have plenty of resources to build things with anyway. Blueprints. Since I have a new hero, I want to make another Amulet of Kings for him. And then we are gonna go. We gotta go more northeast. So I think this path is probably better, as long as everyone can keep up. It looks like they can. All right, Horde, this way. Okay, you are in my way. Maybe don't stand right on the cave entrance, because then I could get outnumbered. You can go chill in that outpost for now, I guess. And then you... why don't you go just take over that dark lair? And then you guys can go pillage the Spelljammer. In fact, you could pillage multiple province improvements. So you could also go there and still be within range to support each other. And then you can hang out here. Come on, Noctis, you gotta have something. Alright, we can now get this, which I guess it doesn't matter what I take out here. I would build a conduit, but it says special province improvements cannot be transferred, so I guess we'll just make it a quarry. And then from here, I should be able to have my, yeah, I should be able to have this guy heal. In fact, we can start the siege of this city here from relative safety now. Especially with a Spelljammer being disabled. Then you guys can hang out back here while he safely heals. Noctis, this is embarrassing. This is your capital, man. You've had this whole game to build up, and I'm seeing like 8 units and a couple tier 2s and a tier 1. Where's your army, dude? This is terrible. Okay. I'll let these guys heal for one more turn. They're kind of beat up. Wait, do I have the shadow thing that gives me more health when moving through enemy territory yet? No, not yet. That's coming up next. Okay, 2 turns. That should be handy once I get it. Okay, Genghis Khan, your group is good there. And then I'll just build palisade walls there, so they can't go easily take it. Soulbinders is ready. This will backfire. Resource cost of spells are reduced by 20% for 3 turns. Okay. So I actually got a nice effect out of that one. Now I will start getting Wrath of the Emperor ready to go. And then I'm just going to blast Noctis with that when the time comes to pillage his capital. What do we have here? Provinces, adjacent cities grant more income. Or all of your current units. Oh, there's the heal one. Okay. All your current units heal to maximum health and gain +1 defense and +1 resistance, which does not stack with subsequent uses. I am probably just going to pop this here. We're at the end of the game. And I have a ton of units. I don't see a reason to not use this. It's just +1 defense and +1 resistance across the board. Why not? Let's just do it. That is a huge buff to all of my units. I mean, when you consider that I have like over 100 units across the... How many units do I have, actually? I'm curious. I should probably... Hang on. Before I do that, let me decide who gets this ring. Find my cleric here. My ritualist. Who doesn't have a ring? You have one that just gives you flanking bonus, but that's not bad on a Spellblade who can teleport around. I like Genghis having what he has with the inspiring bonuses. And the cleric obviously already has the cleric's ring. I might give it to this. Yeah, I'll give it to her. It's better than what she's got. And if I have it, or if I can make it, something with True Sight might be good. But I'm pretty sure I couldn't make anything with True Sight. Do I have anything that would... Ooh, I like this. Amplifying Robe on you. Actually, that might be better on the Spellblade. He's going to do more magic attacks. Yeah. I'll give that to you. I might make him a wand next. All right, that's good for now. Armies. I'm kind of curious. What am I doing here? How many do I have? Holy crap. I think I have more than I thought. There's 2. How many stacks of 6 do I have? 1, 2, 3. Effectively 4 and 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I lost count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Gets me through the corrupted souls. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. Full stacks of 6. So 120 plus 18 is 138. Plus 5 is 143, 151, 52, I think I have 153 units if I counted that correctly. Yikes. Okay. That also solved my the problems I had with that one guy being damaged. In fact, that healed all my units, so everybody who was here can now just charge straight east. I don't need to wait anymore. And I can go after this thing if I can make it there in time. I might actually delay the siege of Noctis just for the sake of going and clearing whatever this is. Let's try to keep everybody mostly together over here. Except for you guys. I'm going to send this group back because they're injured. And I don't want them to... that's fine, trespass. We own these people. No, don't attack them, just... Oh my gosh, navigating through... I should have just pillaged these guys. There we go. Trying to keep full 6 stacks so the enemy can't attack like an isolated smaller stack of units. Just that I always have at least equality of numbers. Okay, I think we're good there. Get another tome on the next turn, I think. Don't have any real plans. I'm just totally going off vibes here with these tomes. Tomes. I have no plans for this late in the game. I usually plan out my tomes all the way through tome 5. And then from there, it's just kind of like, yeah, whatever feels good. I should probably be road building now that I think of it. It would help me get out there faster. Although I can't road build through enemy territory. Random scream out here somewhere. Wonder what that was all about. Gore galore. Mongols should be feared for their ruthlessness. Ooh, what do we get here? Mark of the Butcher. Earn more XP in combat? Yes. Yes. 50% more XP on all of my units. Absolutely. Which one should I abandon? Mark of the Tower, which gives me more order affinity and cities of the race higher gain. So I'd lose 5 Imperium or 10% draft. This one has become less useful, I think, over the course of the game, because now I'm only really in one war, plus whatever city-states are still at war with me. Yeah, I think I will get rid of... I'll keep Mark of the Tower because I need the Imperium. This one, the draft isn't even important anymore. Honestly, I could just buy units if I want them. But XP, that's good. That's very good. I wish I had gotten that earlier in the game. Okay, what are we at here? What feels good? I think I was considering one of these, like the Tome of the Archon, I think was one I was looking at. That would let me summon Astras, which are very powerful, and it would give me some healing, which would be nice. The Celestial Guardians would be kind of cool. It would let me get some extra units in battles. Target not here, a non-celestial unit receives a vigil under the caster's control until the end of combat, so it's a combat summon. Pure Soul, that doesn't do anything for me because it's a race transformation. Holy Aura could apply to magic fighters. You know what, why not? I don't feel like... It also gives me access to the Archon Gate, and I don't feel like spending time looking through a bunch of other stuff, so... We'll do Summon Astra and Holy Aura.
The day of reckoning has arrived, and you stand exalted.
I think I'd probably rather have the Astras. I'd rather get like one Astra, one or two of them. Okay. You guys should probably go up top. And I want to go after this infestation over here.
Huh?
Huh?
Okay. Can I make it over there? Yes, I can. So, fight them real quick. Fortunately, these have all been pretty easy to deal with. And once they're dead, that dies. I get a defensive master shield. That's cool. Oh, you know what? I think I know what I'm going to do with that spell blade. But I need to make a different item first. So we'll come back to that later. But I think that shield's going to go to him. And then now that that's clear, I can grab this Altar of Devoration and get a little more Imperium income. And then we start heading back towards where all the rest of the action is. Except I'm going to move that army too far away from everybody and split everyone up. Oops. Okay, I should be able to move this scout back now. I'm going to have him go park on this mountain for a minute. Okay, we got the Spelljammer Ruins. And all these guys are going to be trapped in their city now. I could probably go clear this infestation over here. I don't know if I'd be doing Noctis a favor by doing that, but at the very least it gets my units XP, so... although these guys don't get the bonus 50% because they're not technically a Mongol unit. Oh well. I kind of just feel like clearing it anyway, so... Spooky. 18 wraiths descend upon you. Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of just looking around, and I don't really see anything else that's crucial for me to take out. Down there is a different city, so... Spelljammer Ruins... Soulwell, maybe? Could go after that. For now, they'll just chill here. Technically, they're in Astral Barrens, though, so I should probably get them out of that. The one downside is that I now probably can't afford... Well, actually, I will just be able to get Dark Vigor, and that's probably worth picking up with my remaining Imperium. My Imperium's actually at a modest income now, so I can afford to buy things that I want. Yeah, go straight east as fast as you can go. We might get attacked by stuff, but hopefully most of what he's got is focused on his capital. Actually, now that I think of it, Noctis wasn't in his capital. I'm not sure where he is. So maybe these armies will run into him out here somewhere. Okay, I think you guys should build roads going this way. May as well bring in extras. Go ahead and build a road there. Boots of the Astral Traveler. Those are probably useful on someone. I think boots are something I don't have a lot of. Maybe good on you, actually. Okay, let's continue building roads. All the way... I can't go through Noctis's territory, but... I can get pretty far up north. And then I could cut through Noctis's territory right here. Alright, so you're gonna have to chill there for a turn. In the gloom, unfortunately. But that's alright, we can handle a turn in the gloom. I just really want to get this last relic, because I'm curious what happens. But if Noctis is gonna hide, we might have time. Okay, let's get you guys back in the city. Maybe buddy up with some other units. That Scorpion's pretty cool. You can hang out with him. Okay. And you guys just chill while we slowly siege. I guess once I get the city, it'll tell me where Noctis is, so he can't hide forever. Got the Lens of Anguish. That is actually something I can and should build in my capital, because it'll give me more casting points. If I can find my capital. There it is. I could also build an Archon Gate. Sure, I guess. Just throw one down here, right next to the city. Okay, Wrath of the Emperor is ready. I'm not sure if I'm even going to need it. And if he doesn't move anything else into his capital. And all my random little teleporters scattered around the map are being pillaged by marauding independents. That, I suppose, is to be expected, since I'm putting in zero work to actually protect them. Alright. Hey, Noctis is actually doing something. I'll just auto this and see how it goes. I wonder if I'm in the domain of a Spelljammer. Not really sure. I am legitimately too lazy to do this myself at this stage of the game. So what I will do is just retool those armies, back up, heal, and take the win. My hero didn't die, and that's the main thing that I'm concerned with. Uh-oh. Okay, I found where all of Noctis's stuff is. I lost a decent number of other things, but again, I don't think it's worth anyone's time. I want to finish this episode, and it's not like I'm risking an actual loss at this stage of the game, so we're gonna just let it slide. Okay, this is fine. Wow. He's getting attacked all over the place. Okay, fortunately no losses there. But these guys really need to back up and heal. I can get something that will make them heal faster in hostile territory now. I believe that just became available. I will take that, and then I need to check this and pick up armies regenerate 15 HP per turn in hostile domain. I want that. And now we are going to leave because that was scary. But fortunately, all the important units survived. Or should I just power through? I'm not really sure what to do here. What if I brought these guys over to help? These guys are so close to the relics, though. I think I'm going to back off over here. That was a lot of firepower. We need to fall back, heal up, and maybe try again. Yeah. Time to go. I took out, I mean, that was like 2 full stacks or something like that. That was pretty good. I'm not disappointed about how that went necessarily, because as long as we're killing enemy units, that's kind of what matters. So I'll just kind of merge these guys into other stacks, and we'll carry on. Keep on doing what we're doing. And I could even bring in some of these other extras that I kind of pulled out in the first place. They can go back out here. I do need a teleporter here. I don't know why I made that a mine. That should be a teleporter. And once that's up, I can get back and forth a little easier. Okay, we'll have these guys head out this way. I'll clear all this. Forgot to add this group. Padded Legs of Illusion. More leg items, which I don't seem to find as often. So let's go give those to somebody. You can have them, I guess. Wait, do any of my units need them? Oh, this guy could use a mount. Just realized. We'll give him one of these phasing unicorn mounts. Actually, he'll probably get himself killed on that. Let me give him something else. A White Wolf mount. That's actually not a bad choice for a Spellblade. I think the Enfeebling Howl counts as a magic attack. Yeah, so anytime you can add some magic attacks for them, it's usually pretty good. Get off of my teleporter, please. I need that. Okay, now that that whole way is clear, we'll have this guy move to the next outpost. Alright, 2 more turns until... Did I forget to add siege projects? Dang it, I did it again. Forgot to add siege projects to the capital. Oh, it's fine. He doesn't have hardly anything in there, and I just killed a bunch of the reinforcements that he could have potentially brought, so I guess it's okay. You know what, Corrupted Souls, you all just go hang out down here. Try to patch up a bit. Okay, now as for you guys, I want them to keep moving straight towards... actually, I think the fastest way, it looks like, is up and around through here, so that's what we're gonna do, because this is all enemy city-state territory, so I can't build through there regardless. Can't build roads. But we're right at the edges of that last mountain range. I do want to get out of Noctis's territory if I can. Okay, I will have you guys wait here for a turn. And you can just build a watchtower, because why not? And I'm not going to bother with the teleporter ruins, because they'll just break them again. Somebody leveled up. Looks like that was the that was my Spellblade, the Mongol Spellblade. I'm going to go down a specific path with him. I'm hoping I can show off one of my favorite Spellblade setups in this game, but I think it's a little too late in the game. If I don't get to it in this game, I'll just do it in the next game, because my leader will be a Spellblade in the next one. You know what? Rally of Lieges, actually, let's get those Summer Fairies. Yeah, they're the healing ones, yeah. I can always use those. Definitely. The other's not quite as important, although, I mean, I may as well get them. I mean, why not? I can do this 2 at a time. Okay, is it next turn that I get to siege? I think it's 2 turns. Yeah, 2 turns until I get to take these guys out. Really hoping they don't put a bunch of reinforcements in here, because I'm going to feel really dumb if they do, because I forgot to do any siege projects at all. But we'll see. He is reinforcing his numbers slightly, but unless he pulls in more from another area. I think the problem with for Noctis is his capital is really isolated compared to his other cities. It's going to make it harder for him to defend it. And I'm just going to blast it with spells anyway, even if he does put a bunch of stuff in there. It's going to make his life a little more miserable. Yeah, the independents are taking a lot longer to move than he is. Actually, I think it is still his turn because of the little dot there. So he must still have stuff, it's just not here. I guess he probably has the bulk of his armies around wherever his leader is, would be my guess. Alright, well, let's pop back in here and grab Holy Aura. I am going to... I don't need to cast any spells on this turn. And I need to keep getting these guys back to safety. Yeah. Come on back. Heal up. We'll make another push later. Once I have a chance to kind of get everything sorted here. Oh, that is annoying. Skeleton's not exactly the best choice to go after that horde, but they have 8 defense each. What's the worst that could happen? Aside from the fact that there's... You know what, I'll send this group out and a couple skeletons to support them. Skeletons are going to suffer from fire damage, probably, but... That Phoenix is gonna mess somebody up. Wow, they actually did better than I expected them to. Should probably have more faith in those guys. I stand corrected. You all did great. Oops. You know what? Out of curiosity, what is down here? I've kind of failed to remember that there are umbral portals. Oh, that one goes like nowhere. That one goes further to the east. Yeah, I sort of failed to remember that there are umbral portals connecting stuff all over the map. Like, I might have been able to shortcut out here maybe through this one, wherever that goes. Oh, that's a huge unexplored area. Okay. I guess I have... Yeah, I can... Because I did the world map fill-in thing, I can't actually see how all the umbral portals connect. I can just see that where they are. But I can't, like, go through all of them unless I've actually spotted them. Okay. You guys actually would be really useful. Oh, I know where I want them to go. Okay, you guys are all gonna join the ritualist since she just kind of got beat up over here. So we can do that. Bring you up here. And just keep putting pressure on Noctis in this region of the map to keep him away from his capital for a little longer. Even though my most powerful armies are actually the ones sieging his capital, so it probably makes more sense to draw him down there, but I still don't know where he is, so I think just pressuring him in general is probably good. Now we'll keep this scout behind the outpost walls. I don't know what I'll use him for, but usually I just like to have them on hand, ready to jump in and pillage something annoying if they need to. What does the soul well do? That's just more mana and soul's income. Not worried about it. City will be mine on the next turn anyway, so. Now, let's get in here and see what's going on. I'll take the armies that are furthest away in first. Whatever this is, I probably need to interact with it. Yeah. I'll have the hero do that. Okay, so what do we have? Crackling Mesa, Splitting of Essence. The great minds who raised this place succeed in creating an almost perfect echo of the well of creation. The powers and knowledge of the All-Father were within their grasp. Thus they split open the magical essence that held the secrets of creation, and it was void. So void that it engulfed us all and drained the world of its very existence, unleashing the Cataclysm. Okay. Wizards got greedy or something like that. Activate the sigils and protect the place. Yeah, that's probably what I want to do. Or I could just block draft in Karakoram for 2 turns. This gets me knowledge. This blocks draft. I'm not building anything in Karakoram, so I'll do that. and got a couple hero items out of it. Oh, Amulet of Kings is done. I need to give that to my new spell blade. You get this. Didn't really pay attention to what my other new hero items were. Hardy armor, that's new. I have a new weapon. Yeah, I think I just scrolled past it. Enchanted Signet, that is new. Didn't have that before. Okay, well, whatever that was, I finished interacting with it, so I just need to run around to the others and see what they have to say. Just kind of want to keep my hero at the center of this roving band. Okay, let's just check off everyone's movement. Summon Astra is ready, and I will maybe start grabbing one on the next turn. Amulet of Kings is done. I am going to go in here and create a new weapon. Now that I have another defensive master shield, I like pairing those with these short spears. I think are pretty good. I'm going to take extra retaliation, as well as probably retaliator, maybe lifesteal too, or frenzy. Frenzy is good. Yeah, I like frenzy a lot actually. Don't need those. Actually, you know what? Instead of frenzy, I might take like power cleave. I think power cleave's really fun. Assassin strike is good too. Whirlwind is good. I think I like power cleave though, because it can remove retaliation attacks. I think it's got a little more utility. Flame Heart of Cleaving is fine. I'll just leave it as physical damage. I don't really care. And then I think I'm going to get that and the Defensive Master Shield to one of my spell blades. Okay, I believe we are ready for the next turn, and from here we should be able to see where our good friend Noctis is hiding. How am I doing on time here? I'm gonna finish this episode even if I'm gonna finish the series even if this ends up being a long episode, but we're not even at 2 hours yet, so we got time. Anybody gonna come in and help defend the capital? Nope. This is it. I don't even know if I need to cast spells here. Had the Wrath of the Emperor spell ready to go and everything. Doesn't seem like I really need it, but I guess I may as well cast it. Although, before I do, let me see if these guys can finish interacting with this stuff out here. Okay, could get a looter of the nomads and a collector of the nomads. I would just spend money, or I could do a fight. I mean, I'll just spend the money. Sure, and then get a couple extra units. That actually tops off one of these armies. Matter of fact, it's going to top off. I'm going to send these units. No, actually, I want to keep the flying unit here. It could be useful. The others, just park it on top of a mountain, I guess. If I run them over here, I might be able to activate this and have these looters join them. should be able to trigger this last one without having to move my hero all the way to it, because he can't quite reach. I lose knowledge per turn, but I'm gaining so much that it makes basically no difference. And I get money. Yeah, I'd rather do that than battles, because there's probably going to be a big battle. Third sigil, the very air begins to tremble. The 3 fractures crackle with energy. Oh, this guy looks cool. These currents surge towards the fissures, siphoning the energy of everything in their path. The fractures swell as they feed on this power, and then suddenly they implode, releasing the devouring winds that are pulled onward toward the center of the region. When the gusts converge, a massive fracture reappears, restoring a fragment of the plateau is once consumed. There's a colossal fracture, and the Unmaker appears. This guy sounds cool. We're gonna approach the Unmaker. Alright. So, we got... Actually, he doesn't appear to be... Oh, there he is. It's a level 16 hero. Does he have anything cool? He's a very powerful spellcaster, it appears. Elementalist, magic attacks deal plus 10% damage. He gets more casting points. Gains casting points when a hostile spell is cast. So I might want to do this without doing my own spell casting. Master Summoner. Okay. So this is a pretty powerful mage guy. Alright. What is his, I was wondering what... He's just a Wizard King hero. He doesn't actually even have a race. He's just a being of some sort. Cool. We will maybe... Actually, I think I can fight him on this turn. Yeah. We can do all this in one turn. I'm going to bring this guy up. I'm so proud of this Magma Spirit. This thing has survived basically the entire game. And he is doing a great job. I'm going to pull up all the armies I can. And then the combat should select whatever the most powerful ones are. Oh, these guys could use an extra unit. They lost one at some point. I'm going to attack with this stack. Or, hang on, can't. I'd have to attack with one of my less powerful stacks, but that's okay. Prepare to fight the Unmaker. Yes, I want to fight the Unmaker. Probably should have read whatever that said. During combat in this region, the battlefield will be struck by Terror Fracture spell every other turn. Okay. So disruption, big physical damage, really big physical damage in an AoE after targeting a unit. Dang, okay. So I want to stay out of the way of that. And the 20% chance of spells backfiring, that's already at 100%, so it basically makes no difference. I don't know if I want to allow my units to cast spells in this fight or not, because that kind of charges him up and gives him more casting points, but on the other hand, I don't want to be the one without spells, so I'll go ahead and let it happen. And we easily win. I do apologize because some of you might have liked to have seen me do that fight manually just because it's kind of a unique fight, but I do want to move this episode along, so I'm just going to accept the result. I'm more interested in what the reward is and the narrative of what happens after this. So we get another kind of wind-resistant ring. Okay, so Prof the Rising Star. Who is that? Oh, I guess that was the Unmaker. The Devouring Windrose. When healing or buffing spell backfires the player, it always triggers a positive effect. When damaging or debuffing spell backfires to this player, it always triggers a negative effect for the enemy. So it basically makes it so I don't have... spells still backfire, but they don't do bad things to me. That's interesting. I can also block Cataclysms from striking provinces. And your units gain Sandwalk, which they actually had anyway, because I think I took Desert Adaptation on this build. So I could gain a crap ton of mana. I could make a Fractured Tower appear, which is probably what I want to do. Or get a bunch of random mystic kind of units, magic units. I'll just make the Fractured Tower appear. The energy courses through you from head to toe. Your body, your eyes blaze like beacons of hollow flame, and you feel your body drawing magic from the very air. For just an instant, you can feel a power so vast it could change the realm, a power that could defy existence itself in that moment. That seems to last forever. You must make a choice. What will you do with this power? Embracing the power of the fractures will lead to an immediate Cataclysm victory. Okay, so I could just win the game now, and then another event will show. Redirect the energy to heal the fractures of the realm. As long as you hold at least 3 artifacts, you become known as the Mender of the Fractured Aid. From now on, the domains of your empire can no longer be targeted by classic cataclysms. But it doesn't appear to be retroactive. At the beginning of your turn, the Cataclysm meter progress and level will decrease, stabilizing the realm. When it reaches 0, the world will be cleansed of the fractured energy, destroying the Cataclysm and the artifacts and ceasing any... So that would just make everything kind of work backwards until the artifacts themselves disappear and it returns to like a normal world map. At the beginning of your turn, nomads will pilgrimage to your cities, and then I can increase population and city stability. That doesn't really help me. This one makes my diplomatic my diplomatic state with all the city-states change to neutral. And then the happening just ends and I get a bunch of mana and Imperium, which is probably for the best. Although any city-states that are actually under Noctis's control presumably would not become neutral. But that's probably most of them are not under his control, because I probably actually have made peace with most of them already. It's the power of the fractures their herald. Well, I don't want to do this because I want to actually kill Noctis, but I mean, I don't know. Part of me kind of does want to do this just because it's a different way to end the game, and might be interesting. You know what? Because yeah, the other way is just going to be me hunting down Noctis, and we've done that a million times before. I'm just going to claim victory this way. I mean, I've already basically won the game, and I just want to see how this ends. It also might get me some achievement I don't have, so I think this is the end of the game, folks. We're going to just see what this does. Yeah. Echoes of the Fracturing, a new herald. The entire realm trembles. You can feel a brutal disturbance ripple through the astral sea. You'll finally gather the Endmaker's artifacts and embrace their power. The devouring winds roar with fury. Their new master summons them and they answer your call. Storms of negative energy begin to darken the skies. Fractures tear open everywhere before you. Empires kneel amid the remnants of a world consumed by your ambition. All the magic of the realm now courses through your veins. Yet it is not enough. Even greater power lies within your reach. Something deep within the astral sea calls out to you. With a mere gesture, you open a colossal fracture to cross it. I am the herald of the fracturing. Nothing and no one will stand in my way. I have achieved the Cataclysm victory. And Noctis, I guess, is just gonna have to deal with it. Neat. Alright, I'm happy with that. It's just a different ending. So, what the crap? Oh, that was my... Okay, I was looking at this thing wondering what it was. I think it's my... Wait, is that my Crimson... whatever that thing is? In the Tome of the Crimson Rain? The blood... thing? I don't remember what they're called. Tier 4. Age of Cataclysm victory. The devouring winds have been harnessed by the artifacts of the Endmakers. Their power runs through your veins. Hubris or not, wield the power of the Cataclysms. I wonder if this means that Genghis Khan gets like some special upgrade now.
for like the post game upgrades that you can give to leaders who ascend to your pantheon. It's interesting. Well, I guess I'll find out in a minute. But let's take a look at the map here and the rankings and all that good stuff. So, overall ranking, I am probably the brown here because I was way lower than everybody at the start. That just makes sense. With Noctis, I'm wondering how it determines this initial start value, because you can see all the AI had different levels at the start. I can only assume this is a relative value, not an absolute, because otherwise people would be like way up here going all off in really weird directions. So this is probably a relative value, and they weren't actually really that far apart in terms of strength. But yeah, overall ranking, just a steady rise for me. So, and then you can kind of see where the others started dropping off, beginning with I think Alfred here, and then Flamek was just after the Astral Dragon, I think. Diplomacy ranking is always at the bottom. I don't know for sure exactly what that means, but it probably has something to do with city-states. Economy ranking, Noctis was doing great. Holy crap. I was just another steady increase. Military ranking, I actually kept pace with everyone for pretty much the whole game, it looks like, before eventually surpassing them. And then research ranking, again, was pretty close to everybody else until surpassing them, it appears, so neat. I'll switch back to overall ranking, and guys, I think that's it. This has been, I guess, one of my more difficult series. I actually wasn't sure going into this one if I was going to win, just because it was 1 versus 7 and I could only have one city. But I think this just turned out to be one of the most powerful builds I've ever come up with. It's just the combination of, Chosen Destroyers with Nomad Conquerors, only having that one city but making it a super city that you can move around the map is just kind of wild. And then I think that I've had people bring up in the comments a couple times, like, how different do you think this would have been if you didn't have transformation ascetics or ascetics and you just went with a different, like a normal other perk, and then what had access to all the unit enchantments and race transformations? To be honest, I think I would have been a lot more powerful by the end game. I do think Transformation Ascetics is interesting, and I think it is basically a rush build option, because you can gain ranks and gain a relatively large amount of power by improving your health and raw damage output very quickly. But I think by the late game, when everybody else has like unit enchantments and race transformations, I think Transformation Ascetics falls off pretty hard. So in the long run, don't think it was worth it, but it was new, so I wanted to give it a try and see what it was all about. So I guess that's it. Thank you all so much for watching, if you stuck around to the very end. I will be getting ready for a new series soon. However, I don't know if that will go live next week or not. Sometimes it takes me an extra week or so to prep for the new series, so I'll keep everybody posted via channel updates, I suppose. But thank you very much for sticking through this one all the way to the end. I genuinely appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed this one as much as I did, and I will see you all in the next one. Special thanks to all my Patreon supporters, including Tier 3 supporters Dawson Horner, Devin Larson, Roderick, and Sarah Feingold. Thanks so much, everybody.